Hey guys, Cyber Druid here again. I just wanted to show you a really neat Techstation. I finally stripped it down and thought I'd give it a show. It may go on the chopping block. I may sell it. Got this from Gino, Box Gods. So calls it the Benchmaster. You can check him out on boxgods.com. He has an article about it where he wanted to try out a prototyping company. So he's been making designs like this out of a lot of different kinds of materials. He's currently doing them out of folded acrylic. But this was about a $1,000 prototype that he documented on that article. You can check it out. It can ship flat. He shipped it to me flat. Everywhere you see a little black dot, that's a button head screw. It's got screws on the bottom, screws on the top, screws on the back. I put all these little black button heads in. I just thought they looked prettier. And I put some feet on it I had from Leanne Lee, and just so it doesn't scuff up the table. And I had this set up for liquid cooling, and that's real easy to do. This is a standard setup for like a Hardware Labs or a Swift Tech type closed spacing radiator. So any twin rad, big thick one, XSPC or whatever you want, anything that has that narrow spacing. None of the Thermachill rads would fit. And I had two filters over it. I used that as the intake for fresh air. And let me show you this. This is pretty neat. This is the motherboard tray. All this is really heavy gauge steel. It's real sturdy. PCI card bracket is bolted on. I drilled a couple holes and edged them. Has nice tall standoffs, easy to do the cable management, so you can have a very clean look. And plus the air blows out. There's a lot of room, as you can see, so there's plenty of surface area for two fans to blow the air out of the case, so you get a little bit of cooling on the back, and it just slips over. What I did is I took screws and I threaded them up from behind, and I used thumb screws. First I wanted to show you this. This is for the optical drive. This is another neat feature. Inside the case there's the little screws that it goes down on, so you put your optical drive in, and then you just drop it in like that. And there's 4 thumb screws. And, so the whole thing is toolless. So, you know, if you wanted to test a drive or just change out a drive for whatever reason, it's easy. The hard drives are pretty neat too. So let me finish getting these thumb screws on here. Fat fingers. I should have drunk an extra cup of coffee before I started this. It's not that it's this hard to do, I'm just that groggy. But anyway, the hard drives mount here vertically in the front. So you can just slot them on if you want to do quick changes to test a bunch of hard drives, or if you just want to mount 2 hard drives, you can mount them more securely with the extra holes for the screws. There's holes here which are convenient for a lot of things. I used them for tubing, and I put an EK reservoir right here, a cylinder reservoir. And the tube went right down to a pump down below. There's plenty of room in there for pumps and the radiator and all the tubing, and it can be very neatly done so that you don't have to. And then this just slips right on, so once you've got your motherboard set up the way you like, you can get your cables flopped out so you're ready to hook everything up, and then that's it. So once you want to play around, you know, it doesn't take forever to get 2 things. You just uncable it, take the water block off, and take it off. If it's liquid cooled, it's really an ideal setup. And of course you could, you know, put your own power switches on it or whatever. Most people with Techstations would probably just short the pins or use an external switch. But as you can see, there's room next to the optical drive for even displays or switches or whatever you like. There's little cable slots for the hard drives up here. It's just a really neat little Techstation. And you'll, of course, never see anything like it. Powder coated, easy to maintain, easy to keep clean. This has been in my shop for a year. As you can see, it looks mint. So even though it's gotten covered with dust 100 times, you just blow it off, wipe it off, and it's back to beautiful again. So I hope you enjoyed that.